Hello everyone, my name is Endeavour and welcome back to another episode from the RambleCraft server. Okay, so we're starting things off today in the brand new bulk storage area, and this is the start of something absolutely huge. This storage area itself is pretty big and it should handle quite a few of our bulk items, but down here where we're building this is going to be a huge area that we're going to be building. There's going to be a lot going on down here and I've got a lot to explain. There's a lot going on, so let's get right into it. Okay, so the first thing you might notice is I'm using a slightly different design to what we've got in the rest of the base, and I've decided to use the one that we used in the nether with the grey carpet and then the quartz around the edges, just to make it a little bit fancier. But the reason I've done that is I want to make sure that every single bit of this place is completely spawn proofed. So as this is a storage area, the last thing you want when you're looking through a chest of valuables, not that I've got any here, but the last thing you want is a creeper blowing up right behind you, killing you, mixing up all your stuff, and having to sort out hundreds of items. We don't want that. So that's why I've done that. You will have seen in the time lapse as well that I also dug out this area. What this is the killing area that is directly below my iron farm. So those stone slabs up there, I believe, is the main floor of the iron farm, so that's where they all spawn. And they drop down these individual chutes, and they've got lava at the bottom of here, and that's what kills them. And then at the moment, each of them has its own dropper circuit that spits out the items into this water stream, and then there's an item elevator that just behind this ladder actually that takes the iron up to the next floor, and they have their own dedicated storage area just in there. So that is one of the things I want to sort out, along with all the other farms that I've got around the base. So what have we got so far? Let's have a look. We've got the iron farm, we have the slime farm, we have a sugarcane farm, a wool farm, but I'm probably going to leave this one here. We've also got the honey and honeycomb farm, and then we've also got the cactus farm and the flower farm, but I am actually going to move these ones up, so they will be at the same level as where the iron farm and the sugarcane farm is right now. So yeah, that's what we've got at the minute, but I do plan on automating absolutely everything we can get in this game, within reason obviously, but I do want everything to come up here into this storage. So you're probably thinking, this isn't big enough. And you will be right. It's not big enough because this isn't where I'm going to put it. What I'm planning on doing is having a few storage rooms. But before we get into that, because I don't want to bombard you with too much information straight away, let's go have a look at a couple of other things that I've been doing between episodes. Okay, so one very important thing I did was to do with the sugarcane. So as you can see, this is all completely full now. It's absolutely ridiculous, this farm. But that could be a problem if I hadn't done what I've done. So if we just come through here, what I've done, very simply, I've just put this lava here as an overflow. So once all of these hoppers fill up, and that shouldn't be there, then the sugarcane, any extra sugarcane that comes out of this farm will just go straight across into the lava and just get burnt, and it won't pile up here and cause any problems for the server. But as I've said, this is only a temporary storage. This will be moving into the main one on the lower floor once we get that sorted. Okay, so the other thing I've been doing is in the nether, and we are now just near our spawn and shopping district portal. Around here there was a lot of trees, so I've been clearing these out a bit just so we can start to get a feel for if and when we're going to put a nether hub in here. As you know, I've added this ice path in to the Christmas village, and that goes past my portal as well down there, and then we've also got Hocus and Chase there with their portal down there, and then just over this side, just to give you a feel for what's going on, down this tunnel here, this is Binary's tunnel, and I believe Beastly's down here as well, and I think Cam uses Beastly's portal, so those three are down that way. So if we just have a look down here, where the ice path is, I've actually added another one in going the other way, and this is towards the Badlands. So at the moment, we have a tunnel up at the top of the nether that goes across to the Badlands. But what I've done, I've added the same ice path going this way. I haven't put the auto boat thingamajig in yet, but this goes all the way there now, and I think, if I remember right, why are these all missing? Oh, I think, actually, let's have a look. I think I did put a tunnel in. Let's just leave that there a minute. No, I think this isn't me. Oh, yeah, this one. So I've added this little tunnel in there, and this goes down that same tunnel to Binary and Beastly's portals. So they can get into that from here, or they can just move them up to them. I'm not going to touch that for now. But if we just get back into the boat and head down here, this now goes across to our Badlands, and it's way faster. I haven't lit the portal yet because this tunnel is a little bit dangerous because it goes through a crimson forest, and I think the hoglins can actually spawn on this ice. And it has happened a couple of times, but it wasn't actually completely finished when I did it, so it might have been because I didn't have the iron trapdoors in. So I have built this. I just haven't put the cactuses in here yet, so we'll get that sorted. And then this portal does actually go to our Badlands. I just haven't lit it yet, so just in case anyone is using the top one and then they come back through this, they might get a bit confused. So once I get it finished, we'll get that lit. Okay, so let's get back to the base and we'll have a look at the other thing that I've been doing. Okay, so part of the reason I did that tunnel over to the mesa, sorry, Badlands, I keep doing that. Part of the reason I did it was to get some more gold, because in the Badlands, gold actually spawns more frequently and higher up than it does everywhere else. So that's why I did that. So I did a little bit of caving around there, and to be honest, it wasn't great. I got about a stack, but I got a little bit bored after that. So I think I'm actually going to have to build a gold farm. I did take that stack, and I gave it to Boris, and he has produced a few more things. So we've got some Soul Speed 3 iron boots. And then we've got a couple more books, not another 3 though, so we can't put those for sale yet. And then, yeah, just a few more bits. And I have actually switched to using the spectral arrows now. So these don't work with infinity, but as you know, I've been complaining about this for a while. I haven't got infinity on my bow, so I may actually put mending on this. I never do that on a bow, so we'll go with that. And I've got quite a few of these spectral arrows now, and I'm sure the more gold I give this guy, the more we're going to get. The other thing I did was I've got this ladder back here. And what I've actually done is got myself above the nether. So if we just go up this ladder, this goes right up to the bedrock, and I found the spot I needed to get through. And I will just show you how I did it as well, because this isn't a way I normally do it. What I normally do is put a ladder right up against the bedrock with a block below it, and that's at the top level, and then I throw an ender pearl onto the ladder while holding shift, and then you can just jump through. Now this is a very similar way, but it's way easier. All you do, this block here is Y127, so we've got the gap there and a slab below it. So all we need to do is throw an ender pearl right there at that block, and we just jump, and jump again, and that's it. And as you can see, I've already set up this nether portal. Now I thought it would sync to the one in my base because it is really, really close, but actually the one that I'm using in the nether to go to my base is actually quite far away from where it should be. So this one is actually really, really far away. But what I did actually dig a couple of tunnels back. That one goes to my slime farm, but it's quite far away. But then this one, what I've done with this is it goes to my storage area, the new one that I've just been digging out. So if we just run along here very, very quickly, I could probably move this portal a little bit closer and it'd still sync up, but I don't want to get it too close so I can't get back from the nether. So if we just go down this tunnel, we are pretty much at my storage area, so that's it right there. And I think this is the other thing I want to show you. Yeah, so what we've got here, this tunnel is actually, let's go this way a bit. This is the staircase down from my iron farm that goes to my spawners. So now that it just comes out of the back of the storage area, and it's only, what's this, 3 steps, 4 steps? So this is definitely much better than having that big staircase going all the way up there. So I'm going to decorate this in the same style as the storage area, so this should be pretty cool. And I have actually used this as well. Normally I go to the Enderman farm to repair my tools, but this pickaxe was almost completely gone, so I just went AFK down there for a little bit, swiped at the skeletons and the spiders, and it was all done. So I am going to use it. Okay, so now you're caught up with everything I've been doing, we are back down at the storage area, and we need to figure out what's going on down here. It's going to be complicated, and I'm probably going to lose my train of thought quite a few times, so bear with me. But what we've done down here is I've started putting the item frames in now, and I've actually started moving items down because, especially the stone, I have got tons of it all over my base because, as you know, I've been digging out a lot of areas for the farms, stuff like that, and there's just chests and chests of stone everywhere, so I've been moving that more than anything else. But I have got a few other little things. I think this is mainly from what I've been digging out in here, actually. So a lot of the nether stuff as well, this was piling up because I dug that big tunnel, didn't I? So I've got loads of nether stuff as well. So what are we doing down here? Let me try and explain this as best I can. So firstly, this is the bulk storage. Now this is all going to be auto sorted. I think, have I got the hoppers in there yet? No. So all of these will have hoppers behind them, and we're going to have an item filter system, and there's going to be the items flowing around the base from whichever farm they come from or whichever chest I've dumped them in, and they'll all go into the correct chest down here. Now that's standard, that's fairly simple, but I also want another 2 storage areas as well. The other 2 areas are a storage area for the villager breeder, so all the items that I'm going to be trading and all the items that I have traded will be in there. And the other one will be a crafting area. So anything that I need to craft before it goes into a bulk storage or into the villager storage will be in there. So for example, iron ingots that comes out of the iron farm will go into the crafting area, and I will then craft it into iron blocks, and then after that I'll put it into a chest, it'll get spat out into the water streams again, and then probably in here I'll have an area for iron blocks. So as you can imagine, these will fill up quite quickly if I just let the ingots come in. But if I'm doing the blocks, one column of this should be enough for the iron blocks. And I will have an overflow somewhere, so nothing will get wasted. But that's my idea for that. But with the villager trading area, I also want to have a supply of iron ingots in there as well. So the problem I've got is I need to figure out where in the loop that the items join it. So with the iron ingots, let's stay with that one. I want the blocks in here. I also want them to go into a crafting area and into the villager area. So the villager area should have a fairly small amount of storage. It's just what I need to trade there and then as I go in, because as you know, when you're trading with villagers, you can't do absolutely loads at a time unless you've got loads of villagers, which I probably will have, but not too many. So the iron will probably go into the villager area first, then into the crafting area, and then after I've crafted it, it'll come into here. The other way around is the melons. So once I've got a melon farm, which I plan on doing fairly soon because they're a great trade, those will actually go into the crafting area first, because with melons you actually need to trade the crafted version and not the raw version like you do with the iron. So that'll go into the crafting area first, they'll get pushed out into the water stream again, and they will then go into the villager area, and then anything after that may come into here, or I may just keep everything in the villager area. So there's quite a few things to work out, and everything technically is fairly simple. All the redstone is very, very simple. But it's the logistics of this that is actually hard to get my head around. So I'm probably going to have to resort to pen and paper and figure out which items are going where. But I will get that done. But I think what I want to do today is actually figure out where these rooms are going to go. I don't need to figure out which item's going where to do that. So I think I definitely need to do a little bit more digging, and then we can get on with decorating the rest of it. Okay, so last little bit to mention is just this iron farm killing area down here. So I don't know exactly what I'm going to be doing this yet, but I do want to have it open so we can actually see what's going on. It will be decorated and it will look very similar to what we've got going on. There'll be the iron blocks. Obviously, it has to be iron blocks if this is the iron farm killing area. I may have some rooms off the side of it as well. So this is actually centered on the middle of this. So this is why this room is as long as it is. I'm not sure what to do with the floor here. Might have it as glass and then put something a bit more attractive to look at rather than stone down here. So we can see what's going on underneath and we can see all the items flying around. And then around here, I'm going to dig this down and replace all this stone with glass. But at the moment, it's all got these signs on it that's holding the lava back, so I may come up with a different way of killing them just so it looks a bit more attractive. So that's my idea for that, but I don't think I'm going to do anything on this today because this is purely cosmetic really. What I want to work on is getting the functional stuff in, but I think what I'm going to do now is get a bit more digging done. Okay, so I was about 40 minutes of digging. Not too bad. Got a decent area cleared out. I'm probably going to need to do some more, but I think for now this should be enough to be going on with. So I'm just trying to mark out where everything's going to go. And in the rest of the base, I've got pretty much every section is like a 5 wide inset of iron, and then we've got these concrete pillars in between them. So I've just tried that out on this side, and it lines up perfectly where the edge of this iron farm killing area is. And I suppose I could have moved the iron farm if I wanted to, but, you know, I'm not going to do that. So I'm really pleased that this lines up as it does. So I'm going to continue this around the back, and I'm going to remove this side and this side, the glass, and put iron in there instead. And then we'll just have the viewing area from the inside. Now, I don't think this is the right height. I may have to go down a little bit more, a couple more steps here, or I could do a step here so it lines up with the pillar. That'll probably look better. And then we can get down maybe 2 more blocks, and then we can see what's going on in there. But the important part is that these 2 5 wide sections fit there as they do. So I've done the same on this side, and then I think what I want to do now is put the item filters in just to see how far out they come. Because if they go past this point, I'm not going to be able to fit in an item filter at this side with this layout. So I may need to go a little bit further. So I've got a little bit of redstone on me, so I'm just going to put this item filter in and jump in and shift click in. That's going to be fun, isn't it? So I'll do this now. We'll see what it looks like. Okay, so I've got all the hoppers on the back of there. Well, until I run out anyway. And then I put the item filter in, and as you can see, it actually goes past where this pillar is going to be. So if I was to have another set of chests just here, then the item filter would go back past this point. So I definitely can't do that. So what I think I'm going to have to do, so rather than have the 2 wide section like we've done at that side, this one is going to have to be 3. Because I'm thinking I'm going to have, is that 5? Yeah. So that'll be like that. And then this wall will go this way. So then when we put the item filters in, where does this go? It goes 2 past there. So the other one will finish here somewhere. So we've got exactly 1 block in between. So that is absolutely perfect. So we can do that. And then there'll be another sorting system at this side. And this will probably be for the villager sorting area. So I'm definitely going to need to dig a lot more out here, aren't I? So what I'm thinking of doing, I'm going to have this corridor running down here, going quite far that way. So where this beacon is, this is directly below the corridor that goes past the wool farm. And I don't have much up there at the moment apart from that, and it just backs onto the sugarcane farm. I'm thinking it'd be quite a good idea to put another elevator over here, just like we've got at the front of the farm that goes through every level of the base. I'll put another one here just so I can get up there, so I'm not just running back and forth all the time. And then, so once we've got this corridor in, I want to go off on either side. So this way, obviously, as I just said, this will be for the villager area. So I'm probably going to put some, even though all of this is going to be spawn proofed, I'm definitely going to need to make this even more secure. So I'll probably put at least a door in front of here, maybe a piston door, something a bit crazy, like an airlock, make it look really, really safe. And make it actually safe as well. And then on this side, we'll have a way into the trading hall. So we can get the stuff that we want to trade here, and then back here will be all the villagers, and then we can go to them, get the emeralds, buy the books, everything we want to do with those. And then going off this side of the corridor, I think we'll have the crafting area. So the crafting area, this is something for another day, because I do have a crazy idea for it. It's normally fairly easy, it's just chests that you can break, but I'm not going to do it that way. I'm trying to come up with a different way of doing it, so hopefully we can get something interesting on. But for now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to get in all these item filters, I'm going to get the water stream in, I'm going to figure out where everything is going to enter the system, and then I'm actually going to start building up this area as well, maybe do a bit more digging. So I've got a lot of work to do. So I think now, back to another time lapse, and let's get some work done. Okay, so progress has been made, but not as much as I would have liked. So, where we were last time, we just had this done, and all I've done really is set up the item filters behind this storage system, and I've also added this tunnel in going down here. Now, I did say I was going to have this 3 of these sections wide, but what I've decided to do is not have the automated storage on this side. What I think I'm going to do with this wall, and it's not going to look as bare and boring as this, I'm going to have some chests in here, but it's not going to be automated storage. What I think I want to do is have this whole wall dedicated to the storage for the books that I'm going to get from the villagers. And speaking of villagers, what I'm planning on doing is having my trading hall going along this way. So we've got this tunnel coming down here, we'll have the books here, maybe somewhere for the emeralds as well. And then in here, we're going to have the auto sorted storage for the things that we're going to trade with the villagers, and we're also going to have the trading hall as well. Now, I haven't completely figured out how I'm going to do that. I've worked out which items I do need sorting into here, and I think there's only about 11. So I don't know whether to do that in this fairly small tunnel first, and then after that have the villages, or I could have the villages and the storage area at separate levels. So dig down a bit, have either the villages down there or the storage down there, and then the other one at the top. But that is something I'd need to work out. So the reason I've stopped where I have is because I'm completely out of resources. Iron, not so much. I'm alright with that. In fact, my iron storage did overflow and I did need to go craft a load more iron blocks. So I definitely need to get this crafting area sorted as soon as I can. But the thing I'm having a problem with is the grey concrete, as always, and the quartz. I even went and fortuned the rest of the quartz I had in my storage, and this is all I could do. Just this little tunnel down here, and I didn't have enough to even touch this one. So those two resources definitely going to be a big deal down here. Definitely very expensive, so I'm going to need to get on with that between episodes. Grey concrete, bit of a grind, and the quartz definitely as well. But I suppose once I get Boris up and running properly with the gold, that should be a lot easier because he'll give me quartz. But for now, I'm going to have to do it the old-fashioned way. Go do a bit of mining in the nether and go grinding for a little bit of sand for this concrete as well. So that's where we are. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to do anymore because resources are always a problem with big builds like this. But, you know, these things happen. But at least we've figured out where things are going. And speaking of that, I've also figured out the flow of how this is going to work as well. So the villager storage is actually going to be the first section where the items pass over. After that, they'll go into the crafting storage, and then after that, they're going to go into the bulk storage. And then possibly after that, maybe go into an overflow area. So anywhere where they weren't picked up, then they'll go into an area where I can manually sort things. So maybe up here, so I can pass them back through the system, or maybe down at this far end, we could have like a standard storage room where we just have stuff where we're not going to have loads of, like stairs and slabs and that kind of thing. Something that we're not going to really need in bulk storage. We could have another storage area down here where we manage that manually. But that is something for another day. So unfortunately, I am going to have to leave it there. So if you have enjoyed this episode, please do leave a like and subscribe if you want to see more. And I'll see you again next time. Thanks for watching, everyone. Bye bye.